right, guys, welcome back to the Alt Tab Podcast, Season 2, Episode 6, or Episode 33. 33, right? Last episode was 32. Dude, I remember from fucking thumbnail, dude. Hope you guys enjoyed fucking all the episodes since we've returned. Last episode, I have no idea what we talked about. I don't remember at all. So you should just go listen.
Yeah, that's true. Go listen.
Yeah, we're back every week, every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, just talking about shit. This episode, I'm gonna do a new segment. So that's what we'll do. This is Cross, and this is UP18.
Which I don't know exactly where my name's gonna be.
Here? Probably there. Mine's probably here.
I don't know how much it cuts off of me because I'm zoomed in a lot. I realize compared to you, or I'm just fatter. I'm whiter compared to you.
That's the same for me.
No, I mean like from what I can see here.
Oh, like you're zoomed in.
Yeah, like my shoulders are.
You're closer to your camera. Actually, no, that's not why. No. My camera has a wider FOV. That's why.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, right here. Here.
Right.
You still owe me a little explosion, dude.
Yeah, Rebecca's
my surprise.
Yeah, Rebecca goes back on the episode. She's like, I'm gonna tell you every single thing that you said you were gonna edit and you didn't edit. And it's like every single thing I said I would edit, I haven't edited.
That's funny.
So I'm probably gonna forget unless you remind me, because
you know what? Listen,
I'm gonna go by minute by minute. I go by.
I'm gonna throw something in the middle and see if she like calls it out.
Yeah, she probably will.
That's funny. Man, we're recording this on a Friday. Yeah. I'm glad it's Friday. I felt like this week went by fast and slow at the same time.
Same, dude.
I watched a lot of TV though while on my phone. Okay, I didn't watch it. It was more just like running in the background. I'm now on season 3 of Suits, and I started it 2 days ago.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show. I thought I would you know what? Because when I was at work, I just kept watching a bunch of new stuff that was like 1 or 2 seasons. Oh yeah, and it's it goes by so fast, and I'm like, I don't know what else to watch. Yeah, and so
I feel that. Yeah.
Also saw the new Aquaman. It's on Max.
How is it?
It's okay. It's not the greatest. I can see why it didn't do very well, but it wasn't terrible. I don't know. I felt like when they first introduced
super corny.
Yeah. When they first introduced Jason Momoa, I liked him serious, and then they try to make him too like comedic in this one.
It's like, yeah.
And so it's just
I definitely felt that just from watching the trailer. And it doesn't fit his character.
No. Not really.
Not as an actor either. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. I felt like as an actor, he's trying to become more out there. Especially like supposedly his role in the Fast and the Furious movie was like him. Have you seen the new one?
It was a villain, right?
He was a villain, yeah, but he was like very flamboyant.
Yeah, of course.
And so he was like very, he's like, that was mainly like, it's more him. He was able to like be himself more.
So he's an actor and he's trying to be himself more?
Well, just like, I guess not just play like the same characters. He's able to kind of like be more free with it. And so, yeah.
What else is he in? What is he known for?
Well, besides Aquaman, probably Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. He was in the first season. He was the husband to Daenerys.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, I mean, he tried to be Conan the Barbarian. He was also in another movie. He was also in some stuff when he was younger. and he was also married to Lisa Bonet, who I think is how you pronounce her name. A lot of people loved her. She was what show was she on? The Cosby Show? I don't know, but yeah, she was with Lenny Kravitz, who was a musician, a singer. And Zoe Kravitz is their daughter.
All right.
She played, I think, Catwoman in the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh,
anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that, Catwoman? I think that was Catwoman.
I've watched that so long ago.
Yeah.
I remember shit.
But yeah, Aquaman was okay. I don't think I've seen any other new movies as of late. I do want to watch Dune 2, but I have to watch Dune 1 first.
So long.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours, right? Look, you're ready to fall asleep.
I'm already falling asleep, dude. I fell asleep in the first movie. It's really good. It's just you gotta really like stay engaged for it to be like a good experience.
I should have watched it by now because like now I know that fucking Oscar Isaac dies because he's not in the second movie.
Let's go watch it. Watch it or read it.
Ugh. I mean, we have the Dune book right there, but
apparently the second one's really good.
Yeah,
that's when now everyone's just jumping on the Dune train. Like they were already on the first movie, but those that haven't watched the first movie are now watching the first movie to watch the second movie.
Yeah,
so
I want to. We'll see if I get to it.
I'm probably not watching it in theaters because I'll fall asleep again.
Yeah. Well, this was supposed to be more action packed, right? Giovanni was saying that. It's been a little bit more action in it compared to story.
There's a little bit more action, but it's still very dialogue heavy, which makes sense. It's just like, politics. I think that's why I fell asleep.
Gotcha.
It's political.
Okay.
Do you know what it's about?
No.
Okay, good. Because I have
no idea what Dune is. Let's see. Let's look up the synopsis of Dune. Where's my mouse? Hello. Hey.
It's like something to do with spice. Like they're fighting over spice. And spice is like the main resource to like I guess in like it's like fighting over fossil fuel.
Okay.
But like I watched the movie, I gotta watch it again. I still don't know what it's about. But the main character is the king's son.
Paul Atreides?
Yeah.
The Duke of Araxis. That's all I remember hearing from the trailer.
Yeah, and they talk about like the sand people that are surviving out there, but it's like impossible and they're wiped out and shit. And so the planet that they're fighting for is a desert wasteland that's sparsely populated and is inhospitable. It's the only source of melange or spice, a drug that extends life and enhances mental abilities. Oh, there you go.
It also is necessary for space navigation, which requires a kind of multidimensional awareness and foresight that only the drug provides. And it can only be produced on Arrakis.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha.
Shit, even Shroud was talking about it.
Yes, the multi-layered interactions of politics, religion, ecology. Is ecology, technology, and human emotion. Yeah, okay.
That's why I fell asleep.
Yeah. Damn, bro, 5 sequels? So this novel was made in 1965.
Yeah, it's old.
And then Herbert, who was the author, Frank Herbert, wrote 5 sequels: Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House Dune. So there's gonna be like 5 movies of this, or
it's like the Avatar, dude.
Is this movie?
I think there's a 3rd movie coming out.
Or it's in production. I always thought it was just one book, and I thought that they like cut the book in half, and like these 2 movies only cover one book. But I don't know.
I mean, they have no reason not to do another film. It's just so popular. It's Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. So people are gonna watch that for that, and then the book fans, you know, they've been cooking fans since 1990, so they're gonna watch that, and then just people, you know, jumping on the hype train. You just can't go wrong with the movie.
Oh, Jason Momoa was in the first movie.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I guess he dies too. I figured
he was actually good. He was actually good in the first movie.
Oh, Batista's in that movie too. Dave Batista.
They're all good. They're actually all really good.
Yeah, I heard this had a lot of good actors.
Yeah, there were a lot. That was a thick cast. It's not the word I'm looking for. It was a stacked cast.
Robust.
A robust. Yes. It was very robust. Like, damn, you're here.
It's very diverse as well. I guess diverse would probably be a better word to use.
Is it diverse? Just a bunch of white people. No, I'm kidding.
It's black.
It's not. I guess sure, it's diverse. I guess so.
You got Oscar Isaac, who was born in Guatemala. Rebecca Ferguson, I mean, she was from Sweden. Timothy Chalamet, New York. Zendaya. Her father's African American, and her mother is German Scottish.
All right, guys, watch Dune. Sponsored by Dune. Just kidding. Can't say that for legal reasons.
Imagine.
Be crazy.
This was brought to you by whatever pops up there.
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
It's like the main sponsor for everyone.
And just have a random pop up here, just says OnlyFans, and then go back down.
Whoa!
Just
hell no.
See if anyone notices. See if anyone has actually made it into the first 15 minutes of the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, a lot of people listen though.
But now we can really see.
Yeah.
Well, leave a comment in here if you heard me say OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. We made OnlyFans. What? That's a thumbnail.
Squid's gonna be like, "You guys got OnlyFans?" Squid's gonna be the one to message us. Oh yeah, that's all I got for movies.
Well, I haven't been watching movies. I've been watching just a bunch of shitty anime. Okay, not shitty anime, but like, you know how people watch trashy reality TV shows? Well, there's trashy anime shows. So I've just been watching super obscure ones that are like 12 episodes long. Mm-hmm. I've been watching like 2 different animes a day. I slowed down because I can't. There's just not enough material anymore. But
so that ninja one that you told me about,
Ninja Kamui, yeah.
Like, I just wanted to hear you say it. I don't know why Kamui just sounds so funny. Like, it's supposed to be such a badass show. It's like Ninja Kamui.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
it
great.
It doesn't sound bad.
But I don't know, maybe it sounds better in Japanese translation.
Yeah, because I was when I was
usually
watching,
English translation doesn't really sound great.
Yeah, when I was watching Aquaman, the ad kept popping up because it's on Max. You can watch it on Max. No, I haven't. It's not finished, right?
4 episodes out.
Well, I'm gonna wait until it's like done before I watch it.
I think it's either 12 or 24. I think it's 12.
I'll wait.
Yeah. So I've been doing
Ninja Kamui.
A lot of interesting stories. I recently watched one where it was Russia competing with the UK regarding space exploration and who would land the moon first. So it was kind of political, so my brain was just like kind of scrambled. I was like, oh.
So it's basically the Cold War that we had, essentially.
Yeah, literally. But it was
not
anime.
Not the Cold War, but the space race.
Yeah, it was anime. And the difference is that they discovered a new species amongst humans that is called It's vampire, but they say something else. It's vamp something.
Vampire.
And basically, they were sending a bunch of dogs into space as, tests. Mm-hmm. And they would just keep coming back, keep dying. So instead, the humans used vampires to send into space, and it's a narrative of like a space candidate training a vampire that volunteered to do that. But everyone fucking hates vampires because they suck blood, obviously. And it's just a story behind those two and how they like liberate the country because she made it to the moon, but like no one wants to publish that because it would be like no one would like that for Russia. So the candidate made it, and he was the first one, and then he like fucking exposed the whole government. And he basically was the hero of Russia because he was the first candidate to make it to the moon. And yeah, it's just a story, dude. You gotta watch it.
What's it called?
Watch it. I don't know. I don't remember. I've watched so many that I'm at a point where I don't remember any of the shows. There was a really good one. Fuck. There's so many. I should have wrote these down. It's they go into space. It sounds super generic. It's another anime. You're at a point where space exploration is available to everyone, and it's just a bunch of it's like a space camp.
Okay.
And these group of kids, seemingly just from like different classrooms, get together. They go to space exploration. They land on this planet called Makpa or whatever. And the first thing that happens, they get sucked into a wormhole and they get ejected into space. They all survive, obviously, because they put on the helmet. Yeah, it's just a story with like crazy plot twists.
Okay.
Because they're supposed to be there for a week and they end up being there for like 6 months to get back. Because yeah, it's good. I don't know the name. I should know the name. Oh yeah, Astra Lost in Space. It's 12 episodes. 12 episodes. It's good. It's good.
What'd you watch it on?
I have sinned.
You have sinned?
I have sinned. It's a forbidden website. I cannot say on this podcast.
Could have just said Crunchyroll.
No, dude, I can't lie, dude.
Okay.
That's double sin.
Gotcha.
No, okay. I don't fucking... you can watch it on Crunchyroll or, other websites.
What's it called again? Astra Lost in Space.
It's a super quick watch. It's literally 12 episodes. But it's good. I will watch Ninja Kamui first or Solo Leveling. Either one of those two.
Solo Leveling. Y'all talked about that.
I haven't watched it. That's the funny thing. I haven't watched it because I've already read all the webtoon. So I'm just going to wait till it finishes. That's what I do for most animes. I hate watching week to week. I get so disengaged with the whole show. I'm gonna watch it in the span of like 2 days.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can't. I just stop, and then I come back like a year later. And that's just a waste of time.
Sung Jin Woo.
Yeah, that's the main character.
Did I mispronounce that name?
No.
No? Okay.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Notoriously weak hunter. Okay.
Yeah. It's the typical trope of like they start with super weak,
the story.
And then the whole thing is that like as soon as you're selected as a certain rank hunter, it goes from E to S. You're stuck. You can't improve.
But E to S?
Yeah, E to S. So it's like E, D, and then CBA, S tier. And then, if you just get the whatever rating you get, you're stuck with that. Like you can't improve.
So if you get E, you're just shitty.
E. Yeah, you're just shitty.
Why can't you improve?
It's just a thing. Like you just can't. I don't know. They explain it a little bit better. I don't think they actually do. They just said, "Hey, you just can't." In the first episode, they just explained that. But obviously, he can improve.
He can. Gotcha.
Under very specific circumstances. You gotta watch it. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. But it's good. It's good. It's a fun watch. It's a fun watch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Dun, dun.
Yeah, they say right here in the plot.
Tell you?
Yeah. Yeah, it says here, notoriously weak hunter finds himself one day after narrowly surviving an overwhelmingly powerful double dungeon that nearly wipes out his entire party. A mysterious program called the System chooses him as its sole player and in turn gives him the unique ability to level up in strength. This is something no other hunter is able to do, as hunters' abilities are set once they awaken. And then it says that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's full premises.
Dang.
It's pretty badass. You'll get hyped watching it.
Wait, the novels aren't done yet? The web novels?
No, web novels done.
Oh, they are done. The English release date's still coming out.
They're done.
Okay, 2016 through 2018.
I think they're cooking like a side story or like a new one, but I have no idea. It's good. You can read it if you want. I think it's better reading than watching, to be honest. I like the art of the webtoon better.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's all colored, so it's just eye candy every chapter.
A live action adaptation television series is in development.
That could actually be good.
It's a Korean television series, so it looks like it's going to be a K-drama.
Just put some bunch of handsome cast, you know? Put some K-pop idols in there.
Nah, they don't need to do K-pop idols.
So they do, like, most of the time. Like, they either transition from a K-pop star to, like, single artist, or they go to a bunch of talent stuff.
Looking at this picture here that they got, what?
What, the main cast, like, the main character is fucking...
Just looking at the main picture of the web novel, the person that I feel like they would get for this is the guy from Sweet Home. The main guy from Sweet Home.
Oh, I could see it. I could see it.
I feel like that guy would be the guy.
Oh, that would make sense. That would actually be good.
I still need to see season 2 of Sweet Home. I didn't realize that they came out with season 2.
It's all right.
They
didn't need a season 2. So I realized, like, it's like the webtoon only it finishes in the apartment, and that's it.
Oh.
But these guys decided to extend it to a whole new area. So it's like the story doesn't make any fucking sense.
Gotcha.
That's why the first did so well. It's kind of one for one. Mm-hmm. And now they're like, they make it so complicated. I feel like
they're going off the rails now.
Trying to make it like, The Walking Dead mistake, dude.
Speaking of The Walking Dead, Rick came back.
I heard.
I wonder, is the show even out? I know that got leaked.
Yeah, Wrath watched it last night. He said it was really good.
What's it called?
I don't know.
It's something Survive, Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. I was way off. It's called The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Is the Rick
ones
Grimes.
Who live.
Yeah, The Ones Who Live.
That's a dope fucking title, dude.
Damn, it's the 6th spinoff and the 7th television series for the Walking Dead franchise.
They really don't want that show to end.
No.
But it needs to end.
Oh, the first episode just came out.
Yeah.
Came out on the 25th, last Sunday. Dang.
That's another thing for you to watch.
I'll wait until the 6th episode is done. It looks like it's going to be finished at the end of this month.
Oh, okay.
March 31st, yeah, last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly there's been leaks as to what happens in here. And so, yeah, I kind of know what's gonna happen to Rick.
Don't leak it, dude.
What do you mean?
I almost said don't Rick it.
Well, I mean, they're finally doing something that happened in the comics to Rick. Like, it's finally coming true. So if you read the comics, you know what happens to Rick.
You know, I don't read comics.
He dies. I'm just kidding. Just imagine. He actually does die in the comics, though.
The comics are different, right? Way different. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, in the comics, like, he gets his hand chopped off by the governor. Like, that's how early. So if you remember the governor, that was like season 4 or 3 or whatever. Yeah, I think the first meeting that he has with Rick chops his hand off. And so it's like Rick has no hand, just one hand. So I think he chops off his right hand, so that way he has to use his like non-dominant hand for the entire series.
Smart, dude.
And then I think they end up putting like a knife. Like he's kind of like Merle. Remember how Merle got his hand chopped off and they put like a knife there? Yeah. So that actually happened to Rick.
Damn.
And then he like dies in the 100th episode. And then Carl takes over.
Carl.
But I mean, they killed Carl off in the TV show, so he ain't gonna take over.
Nope.
Anyway.
All right, there's breaking news, dude, this week. It's a bit depressing. Yeah, breaking news. Have you heard about this? It's Japan. They're at their all-time low birth rates.
Oh shit!
As they ever been. So Japan, like Japanese people, are dying twice as fast as babies are being born, and that was last year's projection. No, sorry, complete data of 2023. So last year, 700,000 babies were born, and 1.4 million died.
Dang.
And they have a big issue right now. Well, why do you think it is? What do you think that's happening?
The economy.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's too expensive to be able to afford a home, let alone a family, let alone raise a child.
Yeah, surveys showed that younger generation is discouraged at having a family and marriage due to bleak job prospects, high cost of living, so that deters family. And just like their working environments, just super, exploitative?
Yeah.
So it's just impossible. It's just a bunch of old people in Japan. And it just sucks. Like a few years ago, I heard the Japanese government was doing I don't know if they're still doing it. They're doing this program where young people would be incentivized to move to an older area.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd the house would be free basically, and they just have a family. But I guess that didn't work.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're projected to, so their population's over 120 million, and they're expected to fall 30% by 2070. And obviously if they keep going that way, no more Japan.
No, I think if anything, probably like the next generation will probably start having kids again, because it'll get to the point to where so who knows? Because us millennials, man, like we got screwed over when it comes to it. Like the other generations, like we're doing this for you, and it's like now look what they did for us. Like we literally, like I think. You can't live on your own unless you have a job that's paying you over $20 an hour. Yep. And it's like...
Even that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Houses nowadays, you'd be lucky enough to find a house that you can actually afford.
Yeah, if there's vacancy. It's so bad.
Housing market sucks.
Yeah. It was so good in my city, Calgary. And then all the people that were in shitty environments came over here. Now it's bad here. Now no one's getting jobs. I can't get a job. I can't get a job at a 7-Eleven because it's just like they're not hiring. They're just like they don't want to hire nobody.
Why don't you try to do like a work from home job?
Yeah,
try like Google and
yeah. I've been trying. It's just so hard to get one, like get a good one. But
you do customer service.
Yeah, I just need
suck,
like no. I mean, I just gotta find something because I'm gonna have like a year off to look for internships, and if I just look for internships and do nothing, that's just a year of doing nothing. So I gotta find something. I gotta get a job in between that, but yeah, it just sucks. It's so bad right now. It's bad everywhere, I guess, no matter where you are.
Yeah, definitely the pandemic didn't really help.
Nope.
And so, even though, I wouldn't mind the pandemic to come back. Go back into quarantine just to work from home again. No, I'm just kidding. I don't wish that upon anybody. But working from home does sound good. I miss it. I miss it so much.
Japan's doing their thing.
And then is it in Japan or is it in China where they like go out and they're building a bunch of like residential areas that no one's living in? There's a bunch of like ghost cities and ghost towns.
I think that's China.
That's China. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking like Shanghai is crazy. They have like levels of. They just keep going up because they can't go to the side. Yeah. So like you'd be going on a street and then you look down, it's like 70 stories high.
Dang.
It's just like, yeah, it's crazy, their structure. But they have a problem with overpopulation, so yeah. They like you have it's
only
like
have like one child, right?
It's like a felony to have like a 2 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
So let's build a bunch of residentials and get rid of farms that are out here to help feed our people.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I haven't done research, but
me either. I don't know.
It's fucked over there.
Yeah,
it's fucked everywhere.
That's true.
All right.
That's why I want to like buy just land and then build a house on it. Maybe get one of those like sheds that you can buy from like Home Depot and shit, and just like fit it how I want.
Some people buy those like Amazon houses.
I saw that too.
Yeah, just fucking like folds open.
Folds out.
Yeah.
I saw that one video that they didn't know it folded out, and they're just like,
I watched
this
that.
Is it?
They're like, why is the window inside?
But yeah, I think buying land and maybe like making like a little compound, like living with other people, and you guys each have your own little house.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Just get a bunch of solar panels and have it there, so that way it runs the whole place.
Yeah. Becoming more affordable too. So,
what you got? You were gonna say something. I interrupted. I'm sorry.
All right, dude. No, it's okay. So we've been recording or not recording. Yeah, we've been back on the podcast grind for about over a month. So, I guess every month I kind of want to do like a checkpoint to just check in with how we're feeling about the podcast and just questions, I guess. I guess we could both answer, so that we're not just going on months and months on end doing the same thing that maybe like we're feeling a bit jaded about, and we can, I don't know, make changes here and there, improve. All right, so I guess just to start, how do you feel about our podcast currently, just overall?
I think it's fine. I'm enjoying it still.
Do you like it better or worse than our previous version? I
like it better. I feel like we have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah. How do you feel about the segments that we've been doing?
I think it's good. I like that you're coming up with new things as we go.
Yeah. So you just you like the overall formatting, editing, production. I guess, I'm curious, like, do you have any specific idea, like, where our podcast you want our podcast to be, like, whether you want it to be potentially big, or are you just doing it as a hobby? Bit of both. Different reasons.
Doing it for a hobby, like I wouldn't mind seeing it get big, to be honest, but Because right now it's just as a hobby, and then if for some reason it starts raking in dollar signs, then we can increase the production and things like that. But maybe I'll get a little light that goes right here, and it'll say UP18, so that way you never have to put it anywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need the Alt Tab podcast compound.
Exactly.
I'll fly out every week just to
No, I'll live close to you. In the United States. You have to drive over.
Oh, fuck that. I still have to fly.
I'll live in Montana.
Still have to fly.
Actually, I don't even know how close where Montana is.
I have to drive so fucking far. Like a whole day.
Well, that's the thing, is that you can just drive and you can just stay the night.
Bro, that means I'd have to leave on Wednesday. Get there on Thursday.
Are you in Alberta?
Yeah.
Hey, see, I can live in Montana. There's an interstate that drives all the way that way.
There's no way I'm driving every week and just burning 3 days for a podcast.
No, did you just spend the week?
No.
Yeah, dude, 6 hours and 58 minutes from Calgary to Montana. There you go, dude.
Fuck that.
So you try to get to Calgary. I don't know how far Calgary is from your house.
I mean, I'm in Calgary.
Oh, then never mind. Calgary to Montana. 7 hours.
Not driving to Montana, bro. Not in this weather.
I-15 South.
I don't even know what road that is.
It's literally the interstate, dude. It's Interstate 15 South. I mean, you could walk if you want to. It's 150 hours.
I'm not doing any of that.
Or if you ride a bike, it's 39 hours. It's
like a fucking Ironman race. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. If we're able to raise the production, that'd be cool. Better mics for ourselves, better cameras. I guess just better internet. Maybe an editor, so that way we can just do what we do. And
nice. Having an editor is so nice.
Yeah. Edit everything. I think that would probably be the first thing if we end up getting extra money.
Oh, definitely. Gotta pay the editor.
But yeah, overall, I'm happy.
All right.
What about you?
Checkpoint stamped. Hold on, I'm trying to put this. It's been nice. I think for me, like when I just pitched the podcast in general, I only pitched it because I just want to talk to you guys. Like, I'm really bad with keeping up with people, and over time that just like kind of becomes normal, and I'm just fine with being by myself. But I think like you and Wrath, like you guys enrich my life so much that like I didn't want it to fall into like that habit again. So having a podcast, like, well, there's an excuse to talk to each other at least once a week. So and that's still the same for me. Unfortunately, Wrath is just, doing important stuff. What the fuck he's doing? Military fighting shit. But
he's protecting your country right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I don't really care if it gets, well, obviously I'll care if it gets big, but yeah, it's just fun. Just talking, whatever, expressing.
You know what we should do? We should make a t-shirt.
A t-shirt for Alt Tab.
Yeah, just for me and you. Just to say fuck
just
it.
Just two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. How much would that be per t-shirt?
You got to come up with the logo, unless you want to use that same logo.
I don't know. We could use the same logo.
Maybe like a Alt Tab.
We like just like kind of rebranded, so like
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, merchandise. You can always have something different.
That's true. I'm not good with logos, dude.
We can have it in Japanese letters. It says Alt Tab Podcast.
I don't know about that.
like an anime style kind of shirt. Yeah. There you go.
That'd be dope. Then we just start releasing like fucking keyboards and shit. Alt tab keyboard.
I'm just saying, just for us,
Yeah,
so that way whatever happens with this podcast, we can always remember it. You know what I mean?
I'll just wear every podcast.
That's you.
That'll be dope. Okay. That'll be dope.
So I know you said we rebranded. And
kind of. We didn't really rebrand. We just revamped.
Updated some things.
Updated the graphic.
So the logo right now is fine how it is. Is there any like other ideas that you have for that logo? Like that you can think about?
No. I mean, like, I'm just really bad with coming up with things out of thin air, especially when it's a visual thing. Mm-hmm. But I think the logo's fine. It'll probably change over time regardless, because we'll probably, you or me or both, will probably come up with something that's more polished. Mm-hmm. I think the one that we have right now is like, it works. It's creative enough. It's nice. Like you came up with it on the spot. But yeah, I mean, if you just want to like doodle and shit.
Yeah. The other one I have is like a circle. Yeah. Like a circle one, right? And it's like Alt Tab and then podcast at the bottom. And you got the microphone in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it's like a little circle.
I like that.
And I feel like that would be good on the t-shirt, you know? Just like.
Well, yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I think I'm just more like, I don't want anything like too fancy. That's like super crazy. I know, like
our faces.
We could do our faces,
like those one guys.
Yeah, those. I can't remember the name.
Cam and Webb. I don't know.
Yeah, Y something K podcast
and
you know what or something.
Yeah, Preston, Payton.
Yeah, Payton.
Cam and Payton. Yeah. Yeah, I can smile. You can smile. And we just like animate our faces and then put them together. Nah, we'll figure something out if it ends up changing. But yeah, so far with the podcast, I'm content with where we're at. I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Hoping to improve my editing over time. I think this just happens to every editor. Like when you first start editing, you just want to make everything fucking flashy. And it's just like, when you look back on it, you're like, wow, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah. I've slowly been trying to learn DaVinci Pro again.
Yeah.
And I just figured out how to fucking make a TikTok.
You just gotta hardwire the basics. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but like now you know.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out the entire time. I was like, okay, I got 2 clips. I got the one clip that has the gameplay. I need to find my fucking webcam. And I was like, how do I move it around? And I was just like, I'm clicking everything. I was like, Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Just look at everything. And I finally see like, I don't know what it's called. There's a little tab in the top right, and I click it. And it has like, zoom in, zoom out, and this and this. I was like, position, and I like able to move it, and I was like, okay. And I cropped it and shit. But
DaVinci Pro actually has they have a program where you can, I don't know how long it is, but you take series of tests and you get like DaVinci Pro editor certificate that you can use on like resumes. I was gonna do that, but I still haven't done it, so I might do that to learn more.
Yeah, same.
But it covers everything you know, like audio mixing, editing, all the basics. As long as you know the basics, you know how to edit.
I need to learn. So now that I know how to at least make the TikTok format, I just need to now go through and how to put in this like the captions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, captions. Yeah, you just start out simple and then you just add little touches like tigers.
Yeah. It just goes so smooth for Tigers, though. It just looks so smooth when Tigers does this stuff.
It's like he keyframes it.
See, that's
all it is.
That's what I need to learn is keyframing.
But he started with just like popping text, right? And then you just add a little stuff every few months, every few weeks. You don't gotta go too crazy. The thing is with editing is like less is more. the more stuff you add and you think it's great, it just looks so bad and it's so like incoherent. And that's how I started. And I kind of regret the way I learned because now I have to undo all the bad habits that I have. But you gotta have like good foundation with editing. Otherwise, like, oh my god, you just make it so much harder for yourself later on.
Yeah.
But editing's cool. Takes a lot of time. Like I could take a month doing one episode of the podcast. Obviously, I'm not doing that. I'm taking maybe like 2-3 hours out of my week editing, which I've been slacking on editing. Oh, God.
Say COD? Is that what you said?
No, I said God. Like I've been slacking on shorts and whatnot. There's like so much I want to do, but I never do them because,
it's okay.
I don't want it enough.
I don't want it enough.
I don't want it enough, dude. I don't want it.
At least you're honest. You know?
I'm honest, dude. All right, you got shit, dude.
I mean, I got little articles here and there. Talk about wrestling. So recently, WWE had an event this past weekend in Perth, Australia. It was called the Elimination Chamber. So they used to be called pay-per-views back in the day, but now they're called PLEs, which are premium live events. Because with pay-per-views, you used to have to, like, if you had like cable and stuff like that, you'd have to like order pay-per-views. I don't know if you ever had to do that growing up, but usually before, pay-per-views for wrestling used to be $60, $40, $60. I think either it was $40
to watch it.
I think it was $40. Yeah, you had to order it through your cable provider. And it's like they would charge your account and add it there, and so. That's how you used to watch pay-per-views back in the day. Now you can just get a subscription to Peacock and you can just watch the PLE through your subscription. But Elimination Chamber happened on Saturday. Since it was in Perth, Australia, it was nighttime for them, but it was 5:30 in the morning Eastern. There was a couple events, a couple matches, 5 in total that happened. One of them was pre-show. So it happened during like the pre-show. So usually about like an hour before they have the pre-show start. The Kabuki Warriors defeated Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell for the Women's Tag Team Championship. They ended up retaining it. And then to kick it off, they had the Elimination Chamber match for the Women's Elimination Chamber match, and whoever won got a chance to face Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania, which is going to happen April 6th and 5th. 5th and 6th? April.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, sorry. April 6th and April 7th of next month. And so in the match was Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Tiffany Stratton. Also, Becky Lynch was there as well. It ended up coming down to the last 3, which was Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Becky Lynch. In that Liv Morgan was able to roll up Bianca Belair to knock her out. So basically, Elimination Chamber, for those who don't know, 6 people are in the event. 2 start in the ring. There's 4 in pods in the chamber. You're all locked inside the chamber. And it's steel chains all the way around. So you can't leave the chamber once you're inside of it. The only way you leave is if you get pinned or submitted in the ring, and then you leave. They open the door, you walk out. So Becky Lynch started. I don't know who started with her. I know it was Becky Lynch and somebody else. But when it came down to the bottom 3, Liv Morgan was able to roll up Bianca Belair to get the pin. And the moment that she got the pin, she got up and Becky Lynch hit her with her special move, pinned her. Becky Lynch won. So Becky Lynch will now face Rhea Ripley in WrestleMania. Well, actually, she'll face the winner of because Rhea Ripley's actually defended her title in Elimination Chamber. So depending on if she defeated Nia Jax, she'll face one of those two. But there was also a tag team match for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. Judgment Day defeated New Catch Republic. It was an okay match. Judgment Day, I don't mind watching them because they have some pretty cool personalities, I would say. Okay. Also, when it came down to the women's side as well, it was kind of known that Becky Lynch was going to win, because it's just like they kind of hyped it up beforehand, and Becky Lynch, even like before the Elimination Chamber, was like, I need to fight you at WrestleMania. Like Cody Rhodes might have his story, but I have my own, and I know that you're always like, you're the best, and to be the best, you got to beat the best, and blah blah blah. So it's like they already kind of like, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I kind of figured that was going to happen. Judgment Day, I don't see them losing the tag team titles anytime soon. Then there was the men's Elimination Chamber. This one here had some people in there that I just didn't know whether or not who was going to win. So for this one here, this is for the World Heavyweight Championship, which is the one that Seth Rollins holds. Since Cody Rhodes chose Roman Reigns, because Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, he gets to choose who he wants to fight. He chose Roman Reigns, so that left, who was going to fight Seth Rollins for his title, and so that's why they had the chamber match. Drew McIntyre started the match with LA Knight, and then who ended up coming in? Bobby Lashley came in next, and then it was Kevin Owens afterwards, and then it was Logan Paul, and then it was Randy Orton last. So as it went through, everyone was beating the shit out of Drew McIntyre that entire match. And as the match started progressing, I kind of figured that they were trying to give it to Drew McIntyre. And in the end, they ended up doing it. Drew McIntyre wins the Elimination Chamber. He ends up pinning Randy Orton in the end. So the last three were Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul. And it got to this point to where it looked like Logan Paul was about to pin. What did he do? He either like drop kicked or he like cross-bodied Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton was already down. And Logan Paul goes and he reaches into his tights and he pulls out brass knuckles, because in a lot of the endings of his fights, he like wins with the brass knuckles. So he pulls out the brass knuckles and he was just like, and he like started doing this, and the camera was perfect because it's like me and you, right? He's just like this, and then out of nowhere, Randy Orton RKO's him. Oh, now I don't know if you've seen the RKO move before, or have you heard RKO out of nowhere, Yeah. So literally it's just like this, and then you see Randy Orton come out of nowhere and just RKO Logan Paul, pins him. Oh, and he disconnects.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back?
Yep.
That was perfectly timed. Pins Logan Paul. Logan Paul rolls out. Drew McIntyre and Orton are fighting. This entire time, Randy Orton like does one move, and the entire match he's just like writhing in pain about his back. Now Randy Orton has already been out for 18 months because he had double spine like infusion, and so he's selling it super hard. He did like one move in the entire time, like he just couldn't move, right? And so like he's on his back, and like Drew McIntyre is about to do his special move, the Claymore kick, and as Randy Orton gets up, he's about to do the Claymore kick, Randy Orton falls back down. So Drew McIntyre stops, and he's just like watching him, and as he goes down to pick him up, they call Randy Orton the Viper, and that's when he strikes and he RKOs Drew McIntyre, and he goes down for the pin. And as he turns around, Logan Paul clocks Randy Orton with the brass knuckles, knocks out Orton, and then Drew McIntyre pins him to win, and he goes on to WrestleMania. So this is going to almost likely open up a storyline between Logan Paul and Randy Orton for WrestleMania. And so, yeah, that'll probably be for the United States Championship because Logan Paul is the champion currently. And then the last match of the night, Rhea Ripley ended up defeating Nia Jax. So she retained the title, nice. And she will face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. But besides that, I mean, the next thing with wrestling, they had Monday Night Raw on Monday. So I was going to say the next night, but 2 days later. Yeah. The main things that happened there, it looks like they're trying to continue the storyline with the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther is currently the Gunther is currently the Intercontinental Champion. But it kind of seems like there's multiple people that want to face him for it. It looked like Dominic Mysterio might want to face him. Chad Gable wants redemption because he's already faced Gunther 3 times. And like the last time he beat him was in front of Chad Gable's family, and his daughter was crying, and he's like, I got to get redemption. You know, my daughter shouldn't be able to see me like that. And then it kind of looks like Sami Zayn might also get in on it as well. So there might be a fatal 4-way when it comes to Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, which I guess would in turn would help Gunther because he's like, they have him out to be this like huge, massive, like indestructible kind of person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's been pinned. He's lost, but he hasn't really been pinned since he's been on the main roster. So it's like, if he's in a fatal 4-way match, if somebody else gets pinned, he loses the title, but like he doesn't lose credibility in that sense that he's the one who got pinned.
Yeah. Okay.
So that could be one way that they want to move the title off of him. Cause I mean, he's already the longest reigning Intercontinental champion already. So there's that. Also too, with Elimination Chamber, it was like, looking back on it, hindsight is 2020, and it's just like, oh, you know, they kind of did they kind of chose the people, like, so basically like the people who won the Elimination Chamber to fight for the titles, right? Becky Lynch is already on Raw, and the title is Rhea Ripley's title, who is also already on Raw. And so they had a mix between Raw and SmackDown superstars in the match, but the Raw superstar won. In the men's one, again, it's a mix between SmackDown and Raw, but the Raw superstar won to face the Raw champion. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like predictable in a sense, like, yeah. You know, because I don't think, because Bobby Lashley, he's a SmackDown superstar. Randy Orton, SmackDown superstar. LA Knight and Logan Paul, SmackDown superstars. And so it's like the only Raw superstar that you have. Oh, and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, he's a SmackDown superstar as well. And so, yeah, the only superstar you have that's Raw is the one who wins. And it's kind of the same thing with Becky Lynch as well. But yeah, on Raw, that's what they did with the Intercontinental Championship. Nia Jax beat the shit out of Becky Lynch because I guess she was mad that she lost. That ended up happening. And then Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins came face to face. Drew McIntyre basically told Seth Rollins, like, you should definitely leave Cody Rhodes alone, because at Elimination Chamber, Cody Rhodes called out The Rock. And Seth Rollins was like, if you want to go after the bloodline, I will have your back, and you know, we can do it together. Well, Drew McIntyre is like, don't do that. Leave the bloodline alone, because what's going to end up happening is that you're going to go after them, and then our match at WrestleMania, they're going to interfere, and I'm going to win, and my win's going to be tainted by that. So, you know, don't go after the bloodline. And then, yeah, Cody Rhodes, and he defeats Grayson Waller at the end of Raw, and basically says that he is the bloodline's not hunting him, that he's the one hunting the bloodline. He tells that to Paul Heyman, who is like the wise man for the bloodline. And he like beats up a bunch of security guards. And then Paul Heyman calls Roman Reigns, and he calls The Rock on his phone. And then we were told that The Rock and Roman Reigns are both going to be at SmackDown tonight. But yeah, that's all I got for wrestling. That's the biggest things that's happened so far, given the fact that pay-per-view was Saturday and Raw was Monday.
Damn, that was a lot of information.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I hope like someone out there like understands all this, because I retained like very little of that. But I mean, dude, like you're fucking passionate about it. Like I love it. It's great.
Most likely there's nobody else that knows what I'm talking about.
Nah, there's people out there.
But yeah, this is all again the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I guess I'll keep you guys informed going
interweb.
Yeah, storylines. That's what it is.
I heard somebody referencing like for people that don't understand anime, it's like wrestling is like an anime storyline. I don't know how true that is, because I never watched wrestling like that.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, there's some storylines that are like that, and some storylines will just be cut short real quick. Yeah, like if the crowd doesn't like fall for it, basically, or doesn't gravitate towards it, they'll cut that storyline and they'll try something else. But I mean, the whole Bloodline storyline has been going on for 3 years, so.
That's wild.
And that's just been ever evolving, adding new people into it. And
crazy.
So,
yeah, you really got to be in it to watch it.
But the great thing is too, is the fact that like, if you were to start watching wrestling now, obviously right now that you're going to be behind for a little bit, but usually storylines finish at pay-per-views. And so it's like, come WrestleMania, most storylines are going to be finished. The one that's probably not going to be finished is the Bloodline one. That's probably going to continue on for a little bit longer. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I also heard like, it's just like, I guess just references within WWE and all the context. Some people just like have been watching for so long. There's like context from like 10 years ago that comes up and like all the fans get hyped. Like for me, like I wouldn't understand any of that unless I watched and did all the fucking research. But no, it's like a whole fucking, it's an empire of story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
I definitely think that if you start watching it now, you'll be fine.
Probably. I probably wouldn't watch it for the story. I'd probably just watch it for people getting their asses kicked.
Probably.
And then get into the story like later on. But
yeah, you'll probably, I mean, if you do it that way, you'll get into the story because it's kind of like, it's entertainment. It
just happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. That's dope, dude.
Because I mean, I've watched wrestling and stopped and come back and
yeah,
everything. I mean, I just kind of, I'm like, oh, these are new people. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I started watching NXT as well, which is like their developmental show. It's only an hour long, and I've been watching that on Hulu. And so I was like, they even have like their own storylines that go on, and I'm just like, oh, this is kind of cool.
All right.
So yeah, wrestling. I definitely say you should at least try it. Just watch and get into it, you know?
It's a whole Cthulhu. It's like a monster.
I wouldn't be. Well, the thing is that like, it's not like.
It's like trying to get into Dragon Ball, all the big shows.
No, it's not like that. Like wrestling, you can easily be sucked into it. It's more of the atmosphere that you get sucked into. Yeah. Like you start watching it and it's like, because before like, people's entrances, like Cody Rhodes, right? He has a song, and then there's this point where everyone goes, whoa, and they like throw their hands up. When I first started watching, I'm just like, that's kind of cool that they do that. And now that I'm watching it now,
yeah,
I catch myself going, whoa, you know what I mean, with it?
Yeah.
So yeah. It's definitely not like getting into an anime like One Piece. Like you're just trying to catch up for everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The great thing about wrestling is that you don't need to know everything.
That's good. That's good to have.
Because yeah, you fall in love with your own wrestlers, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's just a lot of different storylines. So, all right. So was that a segment?
That was Between the Ropes.
Between the Ropes. I'm going to say Into the Ropes. Clean the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Hosted by UP18.
Yup.
All right.
Yeah, that's my wrestling that I got.
Do you have any more stuff?
I mean, I have like little articles here and there.
All right.
I was going to talk about this Fantastic Four stuff, but there's like a theory that's going on. You haven't seen Loki, have you?
I've seen the first one. I haven't watched the second one.
Okay, then I'll just skip this.
Like, he turns into that tree.
Okay, then never mind. I'll talk about it. So there's a current. So Fantastic Four, they just released. Did you see the picture for Fantastic Four? The reveal.
I haven't followed any superhero stuff.
Okay, so
I don't even know what the Fantastic Four is. I gotta look it up.
So Fantastic Four is a superhero team that has 4 people in it. Right? You have the Thing. What?
It has 4 people.
It has 4 people.
Oh, it's these guys. Okay.
Yeah, the Thing and stuff like that. So there was a picture that was released on Valentine's Day. Let's see. I can send it to you here.
This is fake. Is this Zac Efron?
That is fake,
yeah. Right? Okay.
So, the picture that I sent you actually has the faces of the actual people that are going to be in the movie. So the astronaut in the photo, that's actually the actor who's going to be playing Ben Grimm, who is the Thing.
Oh, shit.
You have the guy sitting in the chair is, I believe his real name is Joseph Quinn. He played Eddie in Stranger Things. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he played Eddie.
Okay.
You got Pedro Pascal. He is going to be playing Mr. Fantastic. And then that's Vanessa Kirby. If you ever saw Hobbs and Shaw, Jimmy,
I did see it. Yeah, that's
the sister. Yeah,
the sister. I do remember
to Shaw. So that's her. Okay. So she's going to be Sue Storm. So obviously the Thing is all rock. The guy in the chair, that's going to be Human Torch. He turns, flame on. Turns to the Human Torch. She's the Invisible Woman, and he is Mr. Fantastic. He stretches, so that's all their powers.
Okay,
so that was released on Valentine's Day.
This MCU is shit. Like, I confused the shit. What like timeline is this, or like what universe is this? Because we've already seen Mr. Fantastic get fucked in like a different universe, right? Yeah, timeline.
Yeah,
but this is a different.
So based on this picture here, this is going to be set in the 60s. Because that magazine that he's reading is a Time magazine that has I think Eisenhower on it in the 60s, the president.
It looks
I could be wrong. So that's going to happen there. So the theory that people are having is that the Loki finale can explain where the Fantastic Four has been all this time. So in the whole WandaVision storyline, like we had the alternate.
Sorry, go ahead.
So in the WandaVision, where she was going through and killing everybody, that was before Loki fixed everything, right? Because it happened right when Loki broke everything. Even though I guess time works weird nowadays, but you were right. So at the end of Loki 2, he basically defeats Kang. So there's this whole thing called the Loom that Kang created that basically takes all of the fabrics of the realities and puts it through a loom, which comes out one single strand, which is the sacred timeline.
Okay.
And so all them come into here, makes one strand, and it goes through. And so that's what the MCU was since the beginning. It's just that one strand. And then the way the TVA worked was any deviation from that strand, they would go in, they would prune it to make sure the strand stays the way it stays, right? So at the end of Loki 2, he gains this ability to be able to, at the start of season 2, he's like teleporting back and forth because since he went to the end of time and came back, his body was still kind of like teleporting through time. So they fixed him. But it kind of kept happening. So he was able to harness it to teleport himself through time with that ability, like to go into the past. So he kind of like kept groundhogging, essentially reliving the same moments over and over and over again to learn. And so they try to fix the loom, but the loom couldn't be fixed because all the realities was overloading it. So he ends up going back to He Who Remains and talking to him. And he's like, see, I see that you weren't able to fix it. And you came back to me. He's like, well, now you have a chance to fix it. You can kill her and, take my spot, sort of thing. Or you kill her and then I'll fix everything. And so King already knew
the girl,
Sylvie, yeah. Because basically Loki was able to stop time at that point where Sylvie's about to kill King. He stops time and they have like a whole conversation. And it gets to the point to where Loki tries multiple times to stop Sylvie from killing He Who Remains, and she couldn't do it. So he was there over and over and over and over and over and over again, multiple times, wasn't able to do it. He finally figures out a way to stop him and defeat He Who Remains, which is to have the loom be destroyed. And it's a whole heartfelt story. And it kind of like goes back to the very first movie where he's talking to Odin. He's like, I could have done it for you, for us, and things like this. Like, I could have done it. He's like, no. And like, he says the exact same thing to like Sylvie and everybody else in the room.
So this isn't the same Loki though, right? That one that died?
No.
This is another Loki.
This is the Loki from Endgame where they go. This is the 2012 Avengers Loki where he gets arrested. Because in Endgame, they beat Loki, and that's when they're trying to get the stones back. So they have the Tesseract, and Hulk comes busting out of the door and hitting Tony Stark. He's like, I hate taking the stairs. It's like, me hate the stairs. And that's when the Tesseract like falls at his feet, and he takes it and disappears. And so that's what created the deviation, and that's when he gets TVA'd.
But this is so confusing. What's the Loki? Who's the Loki that died to Thanos?
That's the original time. That's the sacred timeline Loki. That's the life he's supposed to live.
Okay.
But
all right, that makes sense.
They take this Loki because they need to find Sylvie.
Yeah. Okay.
And so,
holy shit, it's a doozy.
And so basically, yeah. So what he ends up doing is he destroys the loom, and then he uses his magic to basically like infuse with all of reality and time. And he like grabs all the strands and he sits down at his throne, and it's a huge tree of like Yggdrasil or whatever. Yeah. So he becomes the god of like time, I guess, the god of story. And so they're saying that the Fantastic Four, the theory is that they're time travelers from a branch timeline that's now allowed to exist in the MCU. Because Loki is now holding all of them together and allowing them to be there, That
makes sense.
And so, yeah. So they're saying that since they're all able to coexist, that's why, like, they're time travelers from their own reality. And the fact is that they might not have been... That's the why that they're not known in the MCU. Because, they didn't exist then until they traveled into the MCU.
Okay.
And... yeah, there's this whole thing with like the negative zone that time exists differently. The negative zone is like a thing with the Fantastic Four, and they're saying like they travel probably into the negative zone, and that's how they get their powers. And then when they come out of the negative zone, it's only a couple weeks for them, but it's years later. And so yeah,
okay,
it's a theory. So I'm excited to see how that movie goes. I hope it does well. Because then again, yeah, I want to.
It's MCU.
Yeah. But hopefully Pedro Pascal just does great.
Yeah, that should be fine. So Loki killed Kang. Or one of the Kangs.
So He Who Remained dies again, and then he there's a Victor Crumb. So I don't know if you remember seeing Quantumania. Did you see Quantumania?
With Doctor Who? No.
What? Ant-Man, dude.
Sorry, that's Ant-Man. Oh, dude, there's so many fucking... Yeah, I did. Where they go into the quantum realm because fucking science project got fucked.
In the end credit scene, is that Loki scene, and like it's him and Morbius, and they're like back in like the old days. Yeah. So that guy there is the main person in Loki season 2. So that's the only King variant that you see. He's the one who creates the loom, because through time he gets like a book from the TVA, and and he uses that to create his device, and he's able to use that device to make the loom.
I see.
Do the whole time loops and paradoxes. But yeah, basically once the show ends, they're basically keeping track of all the Kang variants, and they're like, there's one Kang variant that looks like they were causing problems in the quantum realm, but it looks like they were able to fix that. And so they talk about the quantum realm Kang. And so basically now the TVA is doing their job, but they're also keeping tabs on all the variants. Okay. So essentially the way Loki season 2 ends, is that King has been defeated and they're keeping tabs on him. And so like there's no real point to have King the Conqueror anymore.
That makes sense. I think I aged like 2 years listening to that shit.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just MCU, like, it's so complicated now. Like, they're just... It all started with what is it? Infinity War? Is that when they started splitting time and shit and connecting all the movies together, or is that Endgame?
Endgame. Well, after Endgame, that's when they started like WandaVision and the multiverse and all that stuff.
Oh my god, I need to rewatch everything. There's so much happening.
Going forward, they said that they're going to stop with the TV shows, I think, and they're just going to like stick to the movies again.
I miss the movies.
And then, so yeah, they're going to start going back to like less is more kind of thing.
Yeah. I didn't watch any of the TV shows besides Loki.
I watched them all.
Well, yeah, I know you did.
I just finished Echo actually too. That one was hard to watch because that one was just like it was quiet. She's deaf, and so they're just signing everything. So it's just like you don't have to watch.
Don't even fucking talk about that shit.
You don't have to watch Echo, but I mean, it's just a way to introduce.
I'll probably watch Loki too. That sounds interesting.
It's a way to introduce Kingpin, and his run for mayor at the end of that show, and then it basically sets up like the ground level of the MCU, because that's what they want to do, is that they want to have the ground level MCU heroes, and then they want to have the cosmic heroes as well. So that way, like, you know.
No, yeah, it makes sense. I know, yeah, it makes sense what they're doing. It's a lot to follow. All at once.
Yeah. Daredevil was in that show as well. In Echo.
Daredevil, dude.
Only like one scene, but yeah.
Isn't it coming back?
He is. Daredevil Born Again. He's supposed to have a TV show. I think that's gonna be the last TV show that they like make. It's supposed to be more TV episodes shows too. It's supposed to be 18 episodes.
Damn, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching
Daredevil because it's a continuation of the Netflix one.
Fuck that show. I tried so hard watching that show. I just can't. I can't do it.
Why?
I can't do it.
Daredevil is so good.
It's something about it, like I just can't stay engaged. I think it's the whole lawyer vibe. I don't like watching criminal lawyer stuff. It just...
You wouldn't like Suits. Suits is all about lawyers.
No, I just don't like that shit. I think it's so boring. Just for me. My brain doesn't know how to stay engaged with that. But...
All right. Yeah, besides that, I mean, I have Helldiver stuff, but we don't gotta talk about that.
Yeah, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to end it here, or
No, you still got your segments, right?
I do, but I can't see the time. Every time I crash, I can't see the time. Wow, what are we at right now?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Oh shit! Fucking time flies, dude. Like last time I checked, it was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, we crashed at 50 minutes.
That makes sense. What did we talk about? We talked about WWE. That was a segment. Was there any other segments that we did?
I don't think you got to your segment, no.
I'm just thinking if you did another segment. You did WWE.
Just WWE. I mean, the other segment I would have talked about is Dungeons and Dragons, but
I would make it like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, well, mine's short, so you can keep talking if you want. I think
we can just do yours and then end it.
All right. Okay. New segment. By me. I'm gonna call it Melodic Expedition. And the premise of this segment is just to expand my personal music taste because I like music, and just show songs and albums, new artists, genres to Jacob, and also explore that as well for myself. So this week we got an individual artist named Heize, Heize. She's a South Korean singer, rapper, songwriter, composer, producer. Her stage name is Heize, obviously, and is inspired by an American rapper named Angel Hayes. I've never heard of it.
Never heard of him.
Maybe there's a popular song, which I probably don't. Whatever. She does K-pop, obviously, but that's not her main genre. She mostly does R&B, progressive soul, which is a combination of funk, jazz fusion, hip hop, and then she does hip hop, pop. Yeah, her producing I think is super unique, and it's like unlike any other Korean artists that you've probably listened to. I think some people get like avid listeners of K-pop. I think unless you're a big fan like Tigers is to a specific group, you kind of get jaded by their songs because they do have a similar tone to a lot of it, and that's just how it is. Like it's the same thing with like American hip hop. Like you want to produce something that will catch on and that'll just be a big hit song. It's the same thing with K-pop. That's just how it is. But aside from that, there's a lot of like individual artists, like indie artists, that do different variations of like tunes and music and producing. And this is one of them. So it might not be for you. It probably isn't for you. But if you want to listen to it, I guess the songs I could recommend is one called Undo, Her Fine Weather, and there's a song called And July. So those are nice songs to listen to. If you don't want to listen to those, then I guess then you're lost. But she's a good listen. So check her out if you'd like. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Nice and short. I don't want to keep this segment too long. It's just small.
Okay.
Like minute or two.
Did you ever listen to Usher?
I did.
What'd you think?
I like it. It was it was one of those. He's like one of those artists where like I just play the song and I didn't realize his whole fucking career went by because like I listened to everything. Because like I was playing while I was playing Warzone, and I had like just those Spotify generated playlists for Usher, and it was like 6 hours long, and I started way before the stream, and I realized it looped. I was like, what the fuck? But he's good.
Is there any song like in particular that stood out to you or no?
I didn't pay attention to like
gotcha.
the name, but they were all good. They're all good. There's a very few I skipped, but I only skipped a few because like I was like falling asleep because like some of the songs are like really, really slow. But no, he's good. I enjoyed it. I also listened to that playlist that you sent me.
Had a lot of different songs on it.
Yeah, I didn't get through that. I didn't get through it all, but it's just a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
It's good.
That's good.
I'm expanding my taste.
I'm glad.
All right. I mean, if you have any other stuff that you wanna,
no, I think that's it. I think if anything, we'll save D&D talk for next time.
I think next time will be juicy.
Yeah, because we might level up. I mean, we will level up.
It might level up
if we play. Hopefully, we play,
and we might lose someone.
Yeah, so
it might be another. Wow, I forgot Sunsun's character already. Evelios might be another Evelios where he
situation.
What happened to him again? I don't even remember.
He just disappeared. We don't know where he went.
Yeah. And Seth, he might disappear to go. I don't know. It's Ravine's choice, right?
Yeah, that's true.
About to lose another tank. Not another tank. Sunsun could have been a tank, right? With his transformation. Druid. Yeah. Like possibly. Double hit points with that werewolf or something. Yeah, like 50, right? Or like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if he does, it might have to sway if I'm able to get that feat or not, it might sway my feat that I end up getting. So
okay.
We'll see. But yeah, we'll do that for next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got anything else? No? All right. Well, I guess for that, we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate it. This has been episode 33 of the All Tab podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did and you guys haven't followed on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure the bell notification is on so you can see when the next podcast goes live on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you're listening on whatever it is that you're listening to, thank you. Also, too, if you can leave a review, that'd be great. Any comments are appreciated. But yeah, we will let you guys go, and we will talk to you again next week. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye.
All right. Peace.